Oh my goodness, that time of the year again. Oh my goodness gracious. Summer, it comes, it goes, and what precedes it? Fall is about to be upon us, but first we gotta do some recapping. It's Harrison Sweezo, A1 Eternal player in the making, joined by three other lovely Armo players and commentators. Can you introduce yourself going from the top down? We'll start with Korak.
Hello, everyone. This is Korak, actual Eternal A1 player. Never wins, always around there somewhere. Looking forward to going over the divisions and seeing how things went.
And then going down the ladder just a little bit, B1 player, Ty B. Ham Ham, Shazam.
Hello, everyone. It's your friendly neighborhood Arkansan here. Glad to be the rep for the state, for better or worse. Thank you for having me this evening.
Of course, always a pleasure. And rounding us off just one league below, we have B2's own Alex O. Obi-Wan. How you doing, Alex?
Woo! Hello, everyone. Yes, B2 was exciting as all over the place.
Of course.
especially me. I was all over the place, but we'll get to that soon enough.
I don't know. I think we can tell already.
Okay, so without further ado, we got a lot to go over. There is a lot of leagues. Armel keeps on growing, and this is summer was a very special season. You guys remember why summer was so special?
Yeah, we expanded to C2. We've been taunting that, hey, maybe C2 will be coming around for the better part of 2 years, and it actually happened.
Exactly.
Finally moved to the mosh pit.
Oh my God! Look at that. That's a entirely new bracket.
Not all fresh faces, but a completely fresh league that we were able to get into with all its players. And man, what a roller coaster league it was. You see some of those scores in the top. Goodness gracious. Plus 329. What is that? Like maybe second highest we've ever seen in normal?
I think it's fourth or so. We've had a couple right at 390 and I think one
Yeah,
around 360.
that's right.
But it definitely is super strong performance. Josue with 9852 just don't get last. I mean, everyone knows this for a while. Similarly, Peter M 10761 solid 212.6. Of course, the thing to remember is those double promotions. You get 200, you get to jump a division all the way up to B1. Can't get that double promote into the A's, but before that, this is one of the things we'd had feedback on that it takes too long to climb. Well, if you perform out and above what you're expected to do, you can jump quicker.
One of the things I want to know is Josue, with only a 1043 EV score with plus 329 points is kind of an absurd stat. You'd think you'd be getting to like 2K with a score line like that. The other thing is that 12% deal in, the stats in red are going to be sort of the best of that category. For instance, for deal in, it's going to be the lower deal in percentages. For win percent, it'd be the higher ones. That 12% is one of the lower ones, which I don't know about you, Korag, but a 12% deal in, if that was in the A1s with us, that would almost be a death sentence.
It can be. I mean, we'll have some funny stories about that
Yeah.
in A1 later. But I think what I noticed here is no one else had a really high win percentage. We've seen some of these where people are getting 30, 31, 32% win rate.
Yeah.
And you see first at 28, and no one else is at 27.
I mean, what read do you guys have on that? Alex, Ty, anything? I mean,
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I mean, it's worth mentioning that our league leader here, as mentioned in the chat, was the winner of the Vegas Open, as well as a contender at the final table in North Dallas just a couple months ago. So
mm,
and that's kind of the interesting thing about these lower leagues is that it's not all just people who are new to the game. Sometimes it's just people who are new at bringing their wrath to this format.
mm-hmm.
And Josu definitely was emblematic of it here, just showing that He is here to contend, and he'll definitely be one to watch going into the next season.
I will also say the graphic there is wrong because of some late second fills. Everyone Lynn and above got a promotion. There were
Yes.
some very late decisions that had to be made due to a herd of hiatuses in some of the higher divisions. So for the second time in Marvel history, Finnegan and Lynn managed to get promotions with negative scores. It is only in situations where we completely run out of other ways to make the leagues fit. So congratulations, you got bailed out.
You got freebies. Normally, you got to go positive, but I mean, that's why I always tell everybody, especially my newer club mates who join the league, like every point counts. Don't give up, even if you're not close to those promotion spots. You really never know who is going to be able to get promoted.
I think
Yeah,
when I look at the stats here, it's fairly simple. I mean, win a bunch of hands and don't deal in a bunch. Pretty standard mahjong. We see overall this division doesn't build for as much value and deals in a little bit more than other divisions. But overall, everything's roughly the same. This is kind of what you'd expect for the beginner division. Now, one
Hmm.
thing that does jump out at me is a nice little 56% call rate.
Oh, look at that. Not bad. Hey, giving you a run for your money for once. How often does that happen?
and actually, you're looking at least two other people at a near 50% call rate, um, with Mirzo and Finnegan. So you have a lot of people who the answer to call is just yes. But it seems to work out of them because at least the video was able to promote as a result. So it's a strategy that worked up so far.
And
No,
then
and I think
Michael was
that just
able.
a big
Yeah.
part of the meta in this division because you can see the league averages. The call rate across Armals 33.5, and this division does go for it 36.4. So a
Hmm.
clear, significant difference.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
too. I think the deal in average is another key denoter. I think the people who in general are able to have a lower deal in average are being more successful. A lot of the win averages are about what you'd expect, pretty standard with the league, minus some outliers, but it seems pretty consistent that if you can get your deal in average lower, you'll do just fine.
A couple players I wanted to specifically mention. Will has been someone who's played almost as long as I have, took a few years off from the game, came back, and was kind of sweating down the end, and then had a very strong fourth session and does end up getting a promotion. And second of all is Koichi, everyone's favorite standard player, just didn't get it together this season. Very much a high roller, which if everyone who knows Koichi would say, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Very Koichi. I mean, one of the things about Koichi too is that he is just so nice. So I almost think that he just didn't want to take some wins, took some extra losses to make other people feel better. He's that type of player, probably the nicest player, or one of them playing the game right now. Always a fan favorite to see.
Mm.
All right. Anything else, or do we want to go to some clips?
Yeah, I want to see some clips.
That's what
Oh,
I heard. I heard there's
dude.
some good clips. We got 3 of them coming from C2. This wacky zany
Oh boy.
C2 season, let me tell you, it had some clips and you are about to see exactly what was going on. These are just a fraction of what we were able to catch, but apparently the whole season was somewhere near this. Let's see this first one.
Gets
Wow,
the Dora,
what?
direct hit off first, and flipped first and fourth, just like that.
I mean, what a great heads up play. Just great recognition on the Gyakuten. Really was able to play the conditions. And that's clearly why that long pause happened, trying to do the math to see if that was enough. And as we saw, Max, one of the higher people, got a promotion. That's the type of things that you need to really milk out every point, make sure that you're getting the points you need to promote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a long pause to just really make sure, is this enough? Do I really get there? Yes, I do. Hit the roan button.
At the same
yeah.
time, kind of the push heavy meta of C2 we were talking about, or could have just gone one pin, one pin, one pin, folded out, but instead shoves the Dora and gets punished. They say they don't wait on Dora. Well, sometimes they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now let's see
I mean,
what's
it's-
going. Oh, my bad.
All bets are off in South 4. You have, especially at some of the if you want to get the guaranteed promotion spots, as we saw, the line was very tough this season in
Mhm.
C2.
It's how it always is. And speaking of that, let's check in on our next clip. Welcome to the league. I mean, what else do you say about that?
I mean, you just look at the thumbnail here. It's going to be a Kokushi. It's not some huge surprise here, but it
Talk about
always
doing
feels good to get those on stream. Also, welcome to Tangy, Andy, and Raiders.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
welcome,
man.
welcome. Talk about donating a stick.
Yeah, that feels bad because it's such a great hand there.
Oh,
Ichi
yeah.
Kufu, Tanyao, Dora, Dealer Mongon, and nope, you're going to be paying 16,000.
Yeah, not enough to do it. I mean, what? That's the way it goes, though, right? Can't really do too much about it.
No,
then to
I
add
feel
the-
it was played well pretty much by everyone here. It just, can you draw it?
Do you hit? That's, I mean, let me tell you, that is what the pros have been trying to solve for millennia. How do you hit the better tiles? And it seems like we figured it out.
Oh man.
Okay, looks like we got one more. Let's check out this last clip from C2.
Well, sometimes you don't have to have it. You just flip her a 6. That solves a lot of problems.
I was looking for my Ura all season. Scott had him the whole time. I should have remembered that. That's where they all went. Okay.
Oh man.
Talk about Will. He was Toyman for both of those clips, so he's in the splash zone of some gnarly hands this season.
Just coming out and trying to dodge the absolute insanity. Imagine seeing Richi Yakuhai and then Ura 6 comes up. My stomach would drop. I'd be feeling ill. Oh my goodness.
I don't know how you continue play even as the person who got it. That's a thing to wrap your head around. Just sent the cheap hand without much thought and ended up getting rewarded the best way. This is why you hit the fun button.
Looks like audio might have been off too. That was such a good clip. I just want one. I want one audio go around. Apparently it was off. It was not working for the stream, but I want stream to hear it one
no,
time
the
because it is
Itza-
something to
Oh
behold.
no. That's a victory for Scott with Ricci and the
What?
Hakuyakai Dora! What?
Una
No!
6?
No! What?
Out of
Ura
nowhere.
6? Are you kidding me?
Maybe
Yeah, so just a crazy hand. Just crazy altogether.
Yeah,
But-
it's sometimes the most innocent hands that turn into the ones that show up on stream.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. But you know, so is C2. Wacky craziest league, because why not?
You say that, but we'll have a clip later. I think will top some of these.
I agree,
But
but
meanwhile, we're gonna head to C1.
yeah,
And we see here Gary Mason were fighting out for 1 and 2 there at the very end, both with very low deal-in rate and ridiculous win rates. Although the big winner in this division was actually Carly with 30.4% wins.
yeah, that is a crazy high win percentage. That is insane. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And Carly brought that energy coming in. I remember she actually joined in as a sub the previous season, and actually carried this momentum before this proper season even started.
And once again, the graphic was not updated. Everyone Christian and above got the promotion to B3.
Yep. So a lot of extra names. There are a couple extra names, about 3. That's more
Yeah,
towards what
Gregory,
you would
Nathan, and
expect.
Christian all got the bonuses here, but it's the spread on this division is a little different than some of the others. You had the
Mhm.
very top low deal-in rate, but after that it just kind of spread out because you have someone like Grant there that 14.2% deal-in rate and just not go out because couldn't win any hands.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. You can only do so much sometimes. Grant, member of my club, very solid player, but I think going to take the DC club president's burden of can never win a thing for the life of them. So,
Now, we do have resident Ponket here, Zach with the 58.1% call rate, 75.5% participation rate.
that's a thing of
Just
beauty.
absolutely involved in everything.
That puts a tear to my eye. That is not a passive player. That is someone who wants agency in about every hand they have.
We came to play Mahjong, not watch it.
Ah,
Mm.
damn tear to my eye looking at that. I can only strive to hope to do that, but the shackles of A1 nonsense having me Dama Beta Ori.
Overall, this division did have a significantly higher deal-in average than the league as a whole,
Hmm.
but the hand values were about the same as other divisions.
Yeah.
About the same call rate, a much higher Ricci rate. So this is a little bit slower, a little bit greedier overall. Just going for that Ricci, hoping for some aura, but I mean, you're not going to hit aura 6 every time. So,
Yeah, I can't exactly match that.
but Dave there, speaking of Ricci rates, the 30% Ricci rate. The problem is when you have a 17.4% call rate, that means you're just going to get outraged most of the time. I've seen a couple people that can pull it off, but it's really, really hard.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's especially hard in juxtaposed to the number of people with with 30, even 40+% call rates in here. At some tables, like you said, you might, but looking at these statistics explicitly, you're not going to outpace people who are willing to call almost every other hand they have.
Yeah, especially with the higher deal in too. If you're able to be very defensive with a play style like that, it can do a lot, especially if you're the only one playing those very high value hands. But again, you got to have a really low deal in percentage to make that work. And when people start opening up, it starts to get tricky.
Yeah, some other things here is you see the deal-in average for a lot of these players isn't that high. Usually, if you're under 4,000 in terms of what you're dealing in, and you don't have like an 18% deal-in rate, you're doing pretty well. And you see everyone here except for TC ended up with a promotion.
Hmm.
Because remember, it's not just how often do you deal in, it's what are you dealing in to. We use EV as kind of our shorthand, which is just your deal-in rate times your win rate times your win average minus your deal-in rate times your deal-in average, which gives a rough idea of where you should be.
Hmm. You want to be having towards the upper triple digits if you can do really, really well. Those quad digits, 1,000+, as we see Gary and Mason have.
Yeah, and what ends up happening is you climb the divisions, the threshold for what it takes to stay in the division for EV goes up.
Hmm. The minimum goes up, and then the cap always feels like it kind of climbs down a little bit just because there's only so much you can do, especially in the
Right.
higher ones.
But even with a negative, you can still avoid a problem here. Now, Brandon, of course, was a mid-season withdrawal, so that minus 94.7 didn't really end up counting.
Yeah.
And that is something we can handle. While it does cause everyone a lot of issues, if there is a family emergency or your schedule gets to where I can no longer play game, you can tell us and we can maneuver it. But boy, does it mess up our plans.
Yep. Good to know that Armel is always flexible. Again, people playing other people in Mahjong because we like the game. Everyone's human. Sometimes something's really out of your control. So it's always nice to know that that option persists, especially if it gets really, really dire. You do got to drop mid-season.
Yeah.
All right. Any club members anyone wants to call out?
Well, I mean, I shouted out Grant. My
Okay,
boy,
well,
my
I don't
staff
think we have
member.
any good clips for C1. We
No,
seem to be there was a bit of slacking on some of the clips,
nobody
especially towards the
clipped.
end of the season.
They wanted to make me cry. They said, Harrison, you're doing all this last minute to run the preseason show. We don't want to put a million clips. And I said, that's not what I asked for. I'm doing it last minute because I don't have a million clips. You're making me sad. My foot's shaking. I'm all hot and sweaty and bothered. Crying in the rain like it's a damn R&B music video. It's no good. It's no good. I need to watch more Mahjong. We need more clips.
Yeah, translating that to English, please clip when you see something. It does help. Otherwise, we kind of flail up here like you're hearing right now. So, with that, let's go ahead and take a look at B3.
Yeah, let's
Somebody
see
get
what
Harrison a towel and some tea.
B3.
I do. Listen. I got to hold on. But in retaliation, you guys need to clip more. All you watching right now, you diehards. I'll hold on. I'll keep on this stream if you guys can give me more clips. And speaking of something completely unrelated to that, B3, another strong performance bracket. Oh my
Mohan and
goodness.
Cliff are two people that I have just been hearing lots of strong things about, and they
Mhm.
showed up.
It's
Yeah.
just crazy looking at the player list and just the amount of strong, like, just household names you see here, like Pio's in this league. You see Mohan, Cliff, Tony's been playing really well. Laura is there. Hanley, who made it. Did Hanley make it to WRC?
Conley, I think, has been to A2. I don't think he made it to A1.
Hanley was an invitational contender at minimum. So Hanley, another super duper strong player, just in general.
Ichika,
Yeah.
that's a Sakurai-sen pro. So I mean,
Hey.
we're not talking bad players here. We're in B3. We're still in the quote unquote lower divisions here, and it's fairly cutthroat.
Yeah, never did I think I'd see a B3 this strong, and look where we are. Goodness me.
All right. So another update, of course. The graphics don't show it, but Mark and above got the promotions out of this division.
That is a cursed win rate average. That is crazy work. Apparently that black magic too seemed to work. That dark
that's a
ancestral
okay,
win
what did you
rate.
sell?
Yeah, right.
Careful with that soul. You need to be very cautious about these things.
Look at
But
that.
overall, just the win rates of Mohan, Cliff, and Hanley just dominated this division. There's such
Oh,
a
yeah.
drop off to even can.
Mm-hmm. Just completely above the rest, and especially with the low deal-ins to match, just clearly showing dominance for the season. High participations too, not as high as some of them in the league, but
Very clearly, some people hard to catch up, even if right below Hanley, like you said, just because you can't catch them on anything.
mhm.
And as somebody even I played Mohan in Chicago actually just last month, and
Mhm.
I can concur. He is a hard man to catch out unawares. Like he's a very strong fundamental player. Who I'm actually playing this week in B1. So we will be seeing a lot more of him very soon. I'm very interested to see how high he can climb, how quickly.
I mean, no double
Yes, this
promotion
division-
available, but
Yeah, we do have 2 double promotions, Mohan and Cliff, out of this division. But to summarize this one, this feels like it's just the average.
yeah.
Nothing is just that far off of anything else. Maybe a little lower call rate, slightly higher ET rate, but all your main stats are the same. EVs within 15. This just feels like this is what the core of Armel is this level. And we see a bunch of names. We're like, hey, wait, that can't be B3. And yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Of course, Laura out there running Johnso in Texas, hosting a tournament recently.
yeah,
Peter from the Baltimore area with a 21% win rate, but just didn't win that many hands. He couldn't get that many reaches together. 16% reach rate, which really needs to get fixed, but I'm sure that can be fixed. Of course, Pio on the aggressive end, along with Ryan, the 50 and 47% call rates, just going for it. And that's what you're seeing is it's not one style
yeah.
in B3.
And I mean, really, that's kind of what we've been seeing, or that's what we're going to start seeing for the rest of the leagues too. Just a bunch of probably fundamental different styles that really can all shine depending on what you're trying to do. And again, we see that with Mohan, like a lower call percentage, all things considered, but just a super high reachy percentage to get that high participation and paying
Yeah,
off
at the
with
same
doing it.
time, a 32% call rate isn't low.
It's not
It's that
super low.
the America kind of meta,
Mhm.
because there's so many people that have played Akari, just tend to call more in general, even when you don't have the red Dora.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot more aggressive playstyles on display here, and even with some of the reachy rates, you see a lot higher reachy rates here. Not all of them higher, than they average, but like you see 25.9, a lot of 24s, a lot of people who are able to be a little more patient and find some stronger hands. But you
Mhm.
also
Reach is
see
overpowered. I've said it for ages now. I think that's another thing that the U.S. is a little bit different than a lot of other countries that play the game, is we just don't really Dama that much.
Yeah. Rishi's plus EV. They wrote a whole book on that one fact and stretched it out to 100 pages and called it SMS.
Yeah, Ricci is just flat out busted when you have Uradora, Ipatsu,
Hmm.
Condora. It is just so strong.
It just works. And speaking of strength, I mean, do you guys have anything else to say about B3 season?
Was Daniel Arsaki winner?
I believe so. Yeah, I
Yes.
think the 0.8 is the closest anyone got.
Then congratulations out there. We do have a Discord tag, so for the person with the closest to ±0, I won it a long time ago.
Dude, I will never forgive freaking Will M, because here I am at negative 0.06, I'm pretty sure. Played all my games, said at least I get the Saki award, and Will plays 2 games after me and then gets a 0.4 and snipes Saki from me. So I have forever beef with Will M. You'll see him later in the upper leagues, I believe. But I just need to air that out. I have not forgotten yet, Will. I'm still beefing.
Yeah, if there's one thing Mahjong players never run out of, it's salt.
I have to give a
Oh,
special.
yes.
I have to give a special shout out to Laura this season, doing this well and knowing the type of work she's been doing in the background
That's true.
between the tournament and setting up the parlor and all the things she does for R on a national
For the
scale.
ARA, yeah.
Yeah, to have the brain space to then still put together a season this consistent. You see a lot of you see on that record like mostly firsts and thirds, which means it's a good conditional play.
Tenho.
So
Playing ladder.
Hmm.
yep, to have the brain space to do this well is a big congratulations there.
All right, then. I think we have some clips for B3.
We actually don't. Frowny face. Wah, wah. No one clipped anything from B3. Now
Oh,
they're
no,
all
yeah.
sad. 24 people. So we're gonna guilt the viewers. Remember, if you see a B3 game, just clip something random. Run
We have
one Ricci
multiples in
Pinfu.
B1 and B2, but
Fundamentals
yeah,
of
it doesn't seem
Ricci.
to be B3.
That's okay, because speaking of B2, I'm about to, give you a jump scare warning, because when you see who was in B2 last season, oh my god. I'm looking at B2 and I'm flabbergasted that these players are in B2.
I think
Just
that's
starting at number 2 is going to be the first one I go, huh?
Yeah,
Aaron's
huh?
1A1.
I mean, you have
Is that-
Aaron E, Ricky L, who was, I think, in A1, Michael Horton,
I-
Dennis.
Is this
I
correct?
think
I
this,
don't think this
no,
is correct.
this is not correct. This
Oh
is not
my
correct.
goodness. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Harrison messed something
Did
up.
Harrison screw it up? Let me take a look.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
this is
on.
not right. That is
Oh my
B1.
goodness. Okay. Hold on 2 seconds. Technical difficulties. Boo, 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 boo. I promise I'm working very hard. Did I get them backwards? Nope, I just did the same ones. Okay. Hold on. I promise it'll only be 2 seconds, or I'll need to re-pull it. We'll see.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with the alcohol next to you.
I actually don't. Maybe that's the problem.
Oh, okay.
That's
well,
what I
It's
needed.
either not enough or too much, and I never know which.
There's a sweet spot. What do they call it? The whatever curve. Anyway, though, now that totally that sneeze that I had to hide, that visual sneeze, correct B1 standing or B2 standings, excuse me.
Yeah.
Looks still kind of crazy, but at least somewhat more reasonable for B2. Still a lot of insanely strong players just everywhere.
Yeah, just people that have been around for a while. Of course, the one that jumps out at me is Sarah.
Hi.
They're in 18th.
Oh, I'd
Negative
recognize that in
B2.
19th.
Yeah,
well.
who's that person?
That would be me. Yes.
So what's
Hi.
your read on the league, Alex? Since you were in this league last season.
It was very, very topsy turvy, but it seemed like every table where I thought, oh, this could be interesting. This could be a table I could totally float on. No, I just got my ass whooped. I mean, I had like 3 negative seconds. Like that's how like it was either someone just completely ran away with it, or it was just a fight to see who would like make those edge plays to get either first or second.
I mean, when you see that Barb at 11th, which shout outs to Barb, DC native, great player. When you see
Josh
Barb at
also
minus
DC?
4.4, yes, that's true. Josh is technically DC. We kind of loan him from Ricci Rising in the South, but we'll never not take Josh. But yeah, it just crazy. This league is so insane. You have Jesse at 279. You have Max W, another DC native, plus 195, runs the UMD club. Like these scores are ridiculous. That in a league of 28 for only 10 people to go positive, has that ratio ever happened ever?
Yes, it has. There have been some very cursed leagues before, but that is.
I don't know with a
definitely
size of
towards the higher end.
28. With a 28 size
Not with
league,
a 28. No.
that's what I'm saying. With this many
Percentage-wise,
players,
I think there have been more.
maybe
There's been
maybe like a
stronger,
bad
but that was
A1
like
or like an A2
an A1
season.
with
Yeah.
16 is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's its own curse thing.
Yeah, spoiler alert, if I didn't get one hand this season, I'm demoting. Like it is I took like 3/4 on my 4th table and managed to somehow survive. But if it wasn't for a hand that I got earlier in the season, I'm definitely demoting.
Well, I feel the secret in this division is just
win rate.
Ed.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the deal-ins; they're all like relatively stable or kind of over the place. The win rates are pretty high for the people at the top. The EVs aren't necessarily anything insane. Like it really does feel like you just gotta win. You gotta hit.
I got to shout out Joseph from the head of the Iowa club with the 25% reweight alongside the 20% deal-in rate. You just got to win bigger than you lose.
Yeah, one of the lower deal-in averages, one of the higher win rate averages. It just works.
I feel the exception was Ty, but that's just because Ty had big hands. When your
Yeah.
average is 7,000,
It's got to be a
you don't have to win a
Yakuman
ton.
or two, yeah, to have it that high.
Playing him that season was terrifying. I don't know what tiles he was able to shake out of his sleeve to make that happen. It was very impressive. It felt like dodging him. It was like even when he was hitting other people, it was like being too close to when a grenade went off.
And as I've mentioned on the other divisions, this one, however, does not get any bonus.
Yep.
It's just Yi Ching and above. What you see is actually correct. So that will be some foreshadowing for later on, because the divisions were a bit messy, but no one got a free pass out of B2. In part, this is because of the double promotions. that those ended up taking precedence over people who did not auto-qualify. You want to get up, you want to get that auto-qualifier spot, especially down here in B2, and it ended up biting them. Another name here I recognize is Caden, pretty strong player out west, and just pretty average in this division.
Yeah, again, like big deal-ins. It seems like there again were crazy hands that were going off and on. I think we'll see some of them later on, and it again, like the 10 people out of 28 being positive, I think just kind of speaks for itself. It's almost unheard of.
Yeah,
I'm doing some development, so trying to get some of those systems up. I think actually making a client. And Ty, I believe, someone who's been involved for a long time.
Yeah.
Yep. The plague as it played out this season, the trying to meet the conditions on those last handful of games to make this cut line was very, very intense.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very low margin for error going to those last games, and especially my last games having to share them with the likes of Miranda, Yi Chang, like Ty, Donald. Like,
the people at the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
So yeah, no, there was not there were very few people that weren't that were just kind of settling in for the season. You know, like sometimes you end up kind of towards the middle. You maybe just want to, coast, try to get a relatively positive, have a respectful end. No, everybody had conditions to gun for. So definitely a nail biter going into those last weeks.
Wow.
All right. Anything else we want to say, or do we jump to the clips? I think we do actually have clips this time.
Oh, we got clips.
Yeah. Oh, we have clips.
Let's check this first one out. I think you're going to be hearing a familiar voice on it. Let's see what they have to say.
Suiso.
Unfortunately, with 3 calls, I don't think anyone's going to be dropping any more honors. So that means we do need to draw it, but it is completely live as well. So there are 3 in the wall. Best chances you can get.
They're all in the wall. So we've gotten this close. That's Tempai.
Yeah.
Decides to go with
Sumo. I mean, we are in Tempai. Oh, there it is!
Oh my goodness! The Suiso!
I mean, what do you even say?
God.
There it is. I mean, yeah. Big hand. And the table's in shock.
Wow.
I mean,
just draw it yourself.
Just have 3 in the wall. Just have 3 in the wall in a Suiso attempt. It's that easy.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't hit a Yakuman for a year and a half.
You know what the problem was? There was a Dama Pinfu.
That's not true. Because I have Ricci Pinfus that have still had Yakuman, and I have Damad ones that still have Yakuman. There is no difference. You just have 3 in the wall.
And I was just like, oh my god, is this really happening? Is this really happening? I'm just saying that in my mind. Is this is like divine intervention. Like, this is going to happen. Like, one of Irie's first streams as being a broadcaster, and they catch Suiso. I mean, oh my god.
Oh, if Irie was broadcasting, that makes full sense. She always just wills zany, ridiculous mahjong one way or another.
Congratulations to Paul, who, as you can see, even in this game, is in second in the division at this point. Of course, it was early in the season, but certainly one of the rarer Yakuman, and always a highlight.
Mm-hmm.
Paul hit me for giant hands, so this does not surprise me at all. Whenever I dealt into Paul on session 4, it was good. Like 80% was Mongon plus, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
I followed Paul on and off like a couple seasons, and his ability to just generate value is something I think needs to be put under a microscope. I think coupling that with Irie's ability to summon it, I think was a recipe for disaster as soon as this game hit stream.
Okay, so when Paul rises the ranks, he's going to be the Rachel Amy type player of, if they're having a good night, walk away and try and go slightly negative and call it a day. Good to know. Good to know. Proactively doing strats.
All right.
Proactively, fold like Texas Hold'em style. Just put your tiles down and back up. You will somehow lose less points.
All right, let's head to the next clip.
Probably reach it. North? One shot north? No, twice out north.
Right.
Twice out north, okay. Well, I mean,
Spicy.
boom. It's spicy, most definitely. Do you like this type of... Oh my gosh!
Okay, we cannot question it.
Well... Yeah. No, Ipatsu because of the Pong, but yeah, fake, what you got? Fake Ipatsu for the Richi Sumo Chitoi. I guess that's... Yep, hell. Probably.
Nothing fancy here, just some Hellweight Peitonki. The call, of course, pulls it right into the hand. Of course, then you get the extra Sumo Yaku.
I mean, yeah, the North probably would have come to Merlin, and I would be surprised if it did not come out, especially given the safe tiles in the hand. I was going to compliment Jesse, and then I saw them sumo, and now I'm angry, so I'm not going to do it. But much respect on the Hellweight, Ricci. A very dastardly, tricky, table-dependent play. So I got to respect it. It hit, too.
Paid off. Not going to complain about that.
Was that
we can complain about that.
It's true. Not my table. Do whatever you want, just not on my table. Anyway, though, that'll be it for the B2 clips. Let's see what's going on in
Now we're
B1.
going to B1, a screen that no one has seen before yet.
Of course, first time world premiere.
Look at all these names I have not seen on screen yet.
Totally have never seen it before. And speaking of, oh my god, how are all of these people in B1 for realsies this time? Even though it's not B2, this is still insane for B1. Like, this is ridiculous. Kate, Dennis, both went to World Ricci Championship over the summer.
Edward Z's won tons of tournaments.
Yeah, Edward Z, super dominant. Player. Joe was an A1 for a million seasons. Michael Horton's super strong.
Was an A1 for a while.
Aaron's won an A1 season or two. Like, all these players are ridiculous. I can't believe that this is what B1 looks like. This could have been an A1 season, like,
and Jerry,
2 years ago.
Streams Saint level on Mahjong Soul, very strong player there. Also on the aggressive side with the low Ricci rate, high call rate. I respect it.
Yeah, I'm not. Again, we're starting to get into the higher leagues. It just seems to be the solid fundamentals. Like, the higher EVs are doing well. The win rates being up definitely seems to be the indicator that you're going to do well. None of the deal-ins are all that crazy. Ricky with the craziest one, but the high enough win rate and the low enough deal-in average with that high percent, it doesn't matter too much.
No extra promotions. This is the correct number. Ricky and above promoted.
Mm-hmm.
So poor Dennis doesn't get in there and gets to go back to B1.
107. That's a bad beat for Dennis. But
it's bad enough for Dennis. Think of poor Alex, not even in the position to get the bonus, also plus 100 with a 9.4% deal-in rate.
Yeah.
And fun fact, it's because of the very specific way that they had to shuffle the A-Leagues this season. Had they tried to, had the hiatuses been less or different, they might have pulled up from B1. So
maybe, yeah.
Well, there are a lot of things that change, but one thing that seems to be a recurring theme is Edwin stuck in B1 again.
Yeah, that's true.
There have been, 14 seasons, I believe, of Armel with divisions, and Edwin's been in B1 all but I think 2.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's gone a little up, little down. One hiatus here or there. That's Edwin's.
Overall, the story of this division, as mentioned, everything's kind of average. A little lower Ricci rate and a little less participation just overall. Though, as mentioned, it's just solid play. Your big win averages there's just noise here. It's statistical noise. Obviously, not dealing in a lot has helped significantly.
Mm-hmm.
The exception, of course, is Ricky with that 18% deal-in rate, but it was cheap enough to deal in and won enough hands to make up for it.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know what else to say. Solid lobby.
Oh yeah, it's essentially the disparity. You go the two lowest deal-in rates are people who got the top spot, and then someone who is the plus 100 Alex just outside that promotion range, and just a wealth of deal-in percentages in between. It just shows that varied play. There's a lot of static in here, but I think you can definitely tell that some of the aggression still won out here a little more, which I think it gave what gave a couple people the edge.
Yeah, I feel win rate's probably the key in this division. Just win a bunch of hands. And Dennis did it, but ended up dealing into a bunch of expensive stuff along the way, and that's why he's on the wrong end of the bubble here.
Tennis, highest reaching rate, and your call rate's not even close. That's probably why he's reaching too much. He needs more agency in his hands.
There are a couple people in this division who are not really playing kind of the way I would expect them. Kate, of course, is going for everything on reach. He's not as aggressive on the calling side. And we're kind of the
33
opposite.
still. Yeah.
With a 37.9 call rate and the 16% reachy rate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Takahiro, strong player out of Chicago, just couldn't get anything. And Takahiro's had this problem. He goes on cold streaks.
Yeah, Louis V, another really, really strong, I believe, Philly player. And again, super strong player and just could not get enough win rate, really. Like, good high wins, deal-in isn't great, but it's not the worst in the world. But just couldn't win enough to keep up with the rest of the pack.
Yeah, I think it was Ada was the one that really threw me off, because Ada is just known as someone who builds value.
Mm-hmm.
That if she's getting the hands, get out of the way.
Yeah.
And these results look markedly not that notable.
Normal?
Not that different from what you'd expect. Yeah, normal. That's the word I'm looking for.
That means
So
next season,
weird. I know
watch
Riley's
out.
another flow player. Had been in A2 for ages. Finally demoted out and got absolutely destroyed in B1.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
It's hard when your participation rate's less than 40%. It just is.
Just couldn't get in there. And I mean, again, it's not like this is an easy B1 season. There are heavy hitters in this league. But with those heavy
been around forever, part of the semi club mostly, and I recognize almost everyone on this list. These are people who've been around forever. Lewis has been around for a while in Armel.
I mean, again, to get to B1, the leagues are only getting harder. It's either you build a name for yourself, getting these double promotions, climbing the ranks fast, or you're in here so long to build the skill to get up here that you get recognized. That's how the game works.
All right. Well, I think we have a couple clips, including one very notable one.
I do believe we do. Let's go ahead and check those out.
Everyone else is just folding?
Yep, everyone else has said not worth dealing into the dealer.
Yep. Will we have Sanzo Haite Sumo Doratsu Chitoi for the Hanuman? Is it gonna happen?
Man.
Sumo. There it is!
Oh, and there it is. You called.
Chitoi Doratsu! Hanuman for
Wow.
Hanyu.
What an amazing Haite draw there for the Hanuman.
Oh my goodness.
And that, just like that, pushes us immediately into E.
I need the screen clips better. I can't believe on that. Another Sanzo occultist propagandist clip.
Haite on a Chitoitsu. It's like we're trying to make everyone in this broadcast booth mad in a different way, all in the same hand.
ID once again summoning some utter nonsense, and even calls it out as explicitly as possible. Just
somebody to my own heart. Yay.
see, little did you know, we're actually on a script right now, and I made the mistake. Understandable, read a little too far ahead, and just had to play it off.
That's just what happens when Irie's around streams. Like she just wills it
Iries
into the air.
is the doing the commentary here, so I'm not shocked.
Yeah. Again, we saw her earlier. It just always follows wherever Irie goes. Always some zany, crazy, reachy nonsense that's happening.
Now, speaking of crazy, zany, reachy nonsense, I think the next one's going to be our last clip, and it is probably one of the bigger highlights we've had.
Something special from what I've heard.
Ooh.
Yeah, 5 came out in post both, so 5-pin's good.
Yep.
9-pin's so sus. Like 5-pin, you might come across. 9-pin's weird. Oh, we're checking it though.
Ooh, the Shonpai 9-pin pool.
Oh, Sankansu try? Okay.
Sankansu, here we go.
Before anyone gets too crazy, can't be Sukansu. It's got to be Ricci here, and the question is, what? The 5-pin missed it. Would have ended up donating a stick, but how much is this?
Dora 5 Baimon.
Dora 5 Baimon.
Yakudex +1.
Yeah, if I
Draws a tune, cons the Dora 4 into Sun Kansu Baimon Tepai, and flips another door just for the heck of it.
What a zany hand.
We're missing the Rinshan. That is the one thing this clip was missing.
Rinshan would have been Sanbai, right? Weren't they one short? Were they at 10?
No, because it would not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just 9. But oof.
What a zany hand.
Screamed Sun Kansu. It does exist.
One of those fake Yaku.
I remember actually Alex in the dealer seat for this, even though having to take the penalty, was actually kind of excited about this hand. Down here in the Midwest groupings, we're very excited about cons, so to have some goober plays like this pay off is actually a lot of fun.
So I think based on the last hand, we should all celebrate that Sonzo Chitoi did not pay off this time.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even notice that from the right. We have a wash. We have a good, honest, well, a somewhat honest, at least cool Yaku, even though it was zany Dora flip nonsense, beating out Sanzo occultism on the Chitoi. The law of alchemy, the law of equality, whatever you want to call it. Something, 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 something.
Absolute craziness.
So,
well, I think that's actually the last clip we have for the rest of the broadcast because people aren't clipping said trombone. But we're going to go ahead and move into A2.
A2 time, A2 time. Woo, woo.
Now, as you kind of figure, A2 has largely been people that have been in A1 before.
Yep.
And you definitely see that here.
Yeah. Insane things. And, speaking of, we've been talking about all night, the players who, when they hit, they just hit and keep hitting and don't stop. And that's clearly the story of Amy, because, oh my goodness, 300 in A2 is nearly unheard of. That is an insane scoreline for an A2 this strong. And the 30% win rate.
There is no one I am as scared of in all of Armel as a float up Amy.
Oh my God, yeah. It really is. You watch her win an early, quick, you pot sumo, and you just know I'm beta Ori every turn. If I take minus 30 this session, it's a good thing. It just a monster. I mean, you look at everybody on this list and just all monsters of their own.
I am doing a double check, and the Oliver did also get a promotion to A1, but the rest of this is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'd like to shout out Quinn G, Portland club enthusiast. Just absolute, just getting to A1 for the first time, and then it was like, you know what? Since I'm promoted, I'm just gonna go straight to hiatus. Have this feeling.
That's the A1. That's the A1 special. That's like what half of the A1.
Yeah, there were 3 of the 5 here ended up going on hiatus, which will end up causing problems later. But I played against Quinn, and when I was down in A2, well, I think last season, not this last season, the one before, and Quinn obviously was a bit intimidated and just blew up during the first session. And had that not happened, they would have qualified for A1.
Hmm.
Just a solid player, but I feel might have been a little intimidated in that first set. Didn't really think they were good enough for a promotion to A1, but will be making it.
Yeah, shout outs to Bianca and Brian, to both players who I feel like have been in the league for a pretty long time and have been kind of consistently climbing, have maybe gotten to the A2 meat grinder, as I like to call it. I think one of the hardest leagues to promote out of, especially Oliver as well, same situation. Been in the meat grinder for a while, trying to really reach the height of heights, and all three of them able to finally promote to A1, all that hard work and repeated seasons paying off.
All that needs to be said is look at the people that just barely managed to survive in A2. Garrett, Jen, Will, Tucker.
A lot.
Those are people that
Iris.
everyone pretty well knows at this point if you've been involved in Armal. And who ends up going down? Haru, A1 player. Andre, A1 player. Kaz, A1 player.
Noel, WRC player.
WRC actually got second in the Invitational.
Yeah.
Kayla, strong player, been around for quite a while. Matthias, A1 player.
Yep. Just insane.
What demons have been sent down into my league for this next season?
B1's only getting harder. Good luck. Don't worry, we sent some down to A2 as well, so it's not like they're gonna have an easier time.
Don't worry. When we get to A1, there's by the way.
Yeah.
Spread the love around. We're just spreading the love.
We just want everybody to get high quality, strong players to play against, because that's what Armal's about. Doesn't matter if you're cross country. It doesn't matter if you're in C2 to A1. We just want to give you strong players to play. That's it.
This is actually good content farming. We didn't do enough clipping this last season, so we're setting up for the league to have some crazy clips. So make sure to schedule your games on Wednesdays.
That's true. Also, again, looking for broadcasters, especially directors who can run OBS and run the stream in the background, and commentators. Shout out to everyone who does that already, but if you are ever interested, you can shoot me or Nate a ping, even Edwin or Ember. All of them will be able to help you out, and we love having as much help as possible. Teamwork makes the dream work.
This is not even the top division.
I have nothing else to say.
Who do you want to play here? Like no one.
Yeah. Can I just dodge the whole thing?
Hold on. Here's one exception. If Rachel is not float up, yes.
That's true. If Rachel's having a bad week.
If Amy is not float up, yes. Put those two on my table.
Well, the problem is Amy didn't have bad weeks this time. Amy had 5 games where she did not get first or second. Barely enough for an entire session. And I'm sure they were split up. It's just crazy stat lines. Crazy. Just insane.
One other asterisk here. Garth missed a game. We see 22 is actually 23. Missed a game and took a -30 penalty, would have gotten the promotion to A1. You don't get a pass just because you're a pro, just because you're in Japan. You take the same penalty as the rest of us. Show up for your games.
Garth internalizing that, making sure, putting it in the schedule, getting it situated to show up. Gotta hit that 30. Again, A2's the meat grinder. Every point matters. This is the start of it. And this is the easier version of the meat grinder. Well, maybe not easier to promote out of than to stay into, but I mean, anything else we need to say?
Look at all these people with 10, 11% deal-in rates. It's just kind of ridiculous.
It's insane.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Even a 14% deal-in, I mean, would have barely been enough if Garth hadn't taken the penalty. It's so unbelievably tight. Again, all strong players, and you see it through the stat lines. I wouldn't say a single player in this division has a bad stat line. And some people got to demote. That's the nature of the league. That's how it goes.
For every point that goes up, somebody has to lose them. So.
And something I was saying earlier, remember how I said that EV keeps creeping up? And even like say 400 or so doesn't guarantee you staying in some of the higher divisions. Well, you see that here.
I mean, yeah, Garrick's sliding by with a 469 EV, a tiptoeing the line, literally one UMA placement away.
Now we've seen some of the other divisions where 120 or 180 was kind of the cut line, and here it's that 393 sent Matthias down.
God, insane. Just zany. I mean, do we have?
Just didn't win it.
Do we,
Just didn't win enough hands. Look at the difference between Garrick and Matthias. Just win your hands.
Are you suggesting Garrick calls and tries to win literally every hand? Oh wait, yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's why that's by your head. Okay, checks out.
Yeah, that if anyone who knows Garrick is very much the bull in the china shop. I don't care what we're doing, I'm going.
Yeah, Garrick's like, I'll play it. I'll try it. Twist my arm. I mean,
all right. Well, as mentioned earlier, we have no clips for A2. Sad trombone sound.
Yep. There's nothing more to say. We got to go to the top. I mean, let's see it.
Okay, who is missing? And the first 3 demotions should be your wait, what?
Oh my God. Look at all 5. Oh my God. It's just insane. I mean, again, A1, it's the top of the top. It's the strongest names in the league right now. Most of them, at least, because you can only fit so many in one season. And demoting, we have Ho-Oh, Lucas L. We have Nathaniel K.
Not just Ho-Oh, Celestial Lucas.
Celestial and Ho-Oh, Lucas L. We have Nathaniel K. Again, WRC player, World Rishi professional, A1. Did Nathaniel get Eternal A1?
Nathaniel has Eternal A1. This is the very first demotion he's ever had.
Yes.
He actually started in the A2 B1 playoff, coming out of the beta league, snuck into A2, gone into A1, and has held firm since, and will now be going down for the first time. I dropped a couple seasons ago, and now Nathaniel has also dropped. So none of the original players in Armel have managed to hold on to A1.
Yeah, Max S, Ho-Oh, 8don, another super strong player, Zalong, another super strong A1 native player. Jay, a very, very strong Psycho eSIM Pro. And also
Pro, yeah.
Jay, Jay had probably the worst luck season I think I've ever seen in my life. Jay was recounting the early games he was showing the stats, all the clips. I don't think I've ever seen a person hit that bad. He just literally could not win any challenge or get anything going. And Jay is like a very strong, fundamental, EV-based by-the-book player. And took a minus 241.
It is Shake Shack players in
crazy.
A1.
Crazy.
Where it's just they live and die by the bot Naga, and even the bubble boy here, Matthew, who is kind of a favorite coming in, just barely squeaks out.
Yeah,
manages to stay in A1.
Just insane.
Someone point out in the chat, Zalong with a 25% win rate is second from the bottom, saying how is that even possible?
6,000
deal and average.
Probably some Yakuban, some Baimon deal-ins.
In other divisions, it's been win rate and deal-in rate. And in A1, it feels like deal-in average is the most important stat. Because I played a hyper aggro style this season with a 17% deal-in rate, but they weren't that expensive, and I had a buffer as a result. That it's not just how often you're dealing in, it's what are you dealing into, because you can't just run over to people. Simon with a 26.4% win rate, the highest in the league.
Yeah.
And that's just not going to match up. That's just not going to be, you can't get the 31% in A1. I mean, you may have like one season where someone can do it, but it just cannot be done in any sort of consistency.
Damn, I can't believe I was highest win rate average. I'm Mr. High. I'm Mr. Big Shot. I didn't even hit any Yakumans. I'm doing it the honest way. Look at that. 60.5 participation. Keeping my ins. Playing my hands.
Yeah, well, the story in A1 is a little more passive than some of the other divisions. The lower win average, that means we have a lot more hands go to draw in A1.
Yep.
And the lower deal in average, because we're letting hands go to draws.
Yep, you have to. If you go down swinging, you will go down in division in A1. You got to at some point pick your battles and just walk away. That's the truth of it.
And of course, you do have the championship point deal where, of course, Brian wins the division, just overall carrying every single number in red there on that top line.
Yep.
Just dominated everything. And I had a couple of series with him. The first one, I did okay. And the second one, I just got to sit back as he devoured the rest of the table.
Brian
And
on
I will say
pace.
that is what happened to Zalong. Zalong was on the bad end of Brian flow.
I mean, listen, I want to call it flow. Believe me, I love saying Brian's bad because it's funny. But you can clearly see there's a reason why he's on pace to be the first US 10 OE ever. He is 10 Don right now.
Demoted is now 9 Don again.
Oh, dang.
Crazy results.
Yeah,
Also,
just one of the strongest
the
players.
updates of the championship points. The 3 auto qualifiers, Bati, Nathaniel, and Brian. There will be another for this current season. And then 4 qualifiers of highest points. As of right now, that is Dustin in second with 29, Matthew in fourth with 27, Stanley in sixth with 20, Barry in seventh with 14, and David in eighth with 13. Also, there's a Harrison in ninth with 12, who's pretty close.
That's true. I also want to say that David is taking a hiatus, so I might luck in a little bit, but I have to show up, and as you guys are going to see later, this is not going to be an easy A1 season by any stretch of the marks.
But yeah, I just want to again say the demotion zone, 9 Don, WRPM Pro, 8 Don.
Yeah.
Long time A1 players.
And
then Cyclist Pro at the very end.
Yep.
Just you cannot purely stay in A1 from skill. There is luck involved. It feels like there's more luck involved every season just because the level keeps going up.
It's tough. And I mean, I think with that, like, do you guys have any, final thoughts on what's going on, or
there isn't a single play style in A1.
That's true.
At all.
It's just
the call rates are just very different. I will say there is a point at which you're getting a little too passive, and Alfred managed to make it kind of work along with David, but they're not really in the running for the title. Stanley was the only one that could pull anything close to that, and he is definitely a sit back and hope to hit big hands. And this season he hit them.
You can see the active players. Like, it was some mixed results for him, but I mean, you at least you have to try. And even some of those active people, like, they weren't paid for it in deal ins with with Kevin and Cental with the 8.8 and 9% deal in rate, but just couldn't seem to find the value to go with those aggressive pushes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I say solid result by Claire. Of course, we know she's been dealing all sorts of stuff with the WRC event, of course. And
Richie Nomi, she was running
Open last season. Schedules were horrendous for everything the entire season.
I don't think anyone played a game during the first session. I think we all waited for at least 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was bad. Everything was just at once, and this was chaos. And you see, even out of chaos, you get some unexpected results, but there's no just one way to do things.
Yep. That's the beauty of it, though.
I think that's it for A1, so let's go to the fall season.
Woo! Fall's here. Do we know what season of Armel this is? Did you say there have been 14 previous? So does that make it the 15?
So we started in winter 4 years ago. So if this is the 3rd season of the 4th year, that would make this season 15.
15 seasons of Armel. How many have come? Just crazy. Just crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and this season is gearing up to be a very, very fun one. There are some fantastic tables.
Oh no, wait! This is the fourth
Fall season.
season of the year because winter's actually January based. This would
Yes.
be 16.
16th season though, still.
Even better.
Woo!
And yes, we just hit our 12,000th game as well to give you an idea.
Oh my god. I am looking at these pairings for C2. I'm looking at the names in C2 and there are some absolute killers.
Well, first, you should clarify who that waitlist one is.
Yes, so you'll see waitlist 1 on the player list. That is going to be DC's own Francesca A. Shout outs to her. Very strong up and coming player. Very excited to see how she is going to tear it up in C2. So whenever you see waitlist 1, know that it's going to be Francesca in that spot. And some other notable names, Rayton. Didn't they just win Vegas, or was it they won the WRL event in New York? Maybe. I swear Ray T just won something. I'm pretty sure they've been a very strong player for a long time. Koichi, again, household name.
When I look at so what are some games that jump out for you guys? Is the one that grabs my eyes is that session 2 table 6, Benjamin, Koichi, James, and Justin. Feel like it's a very aggressive style, but everyone may hold back because they all want value. They're all the kind of players that can go fast or go slow. I feel the table dynamics on that are just really weird.
Yeah, I've played with Benjamin before, and yeah, I could see that being that table might not see many row 3s, let alone draws. And that will be, if I'm correct, more or less a reunion from Kart. A lot of those players actually faced each other not too long ago.
Man, I'm looking at all the matchups and I recognize some of these names, but it's the C2 special. A lot of fresh faces, a lot of people who've been in it for a while. Where you're gonna see, is this the power up season, or is this where they really
some
bring
good things
it?
about Calvin. I'm kind of interested in that session 5 table 2 with Tom, Frederick, Junhan, and Calvin. That's another one of those where it's really hard to get the dynamics of the table, and I think they're gonna have to feel each other out a bit.
Yeah, it might always be. I feel like with a lot of those tables too, it becomes what I'm going to do is I am going to basically see how the table opens up, see how it starts. If we start going passive, then we will essentially follow that. We'll play a slow table. We'll be very in our hands, not open a lot. Or if we just start coming out the gate swinging, then okay, let's get aggressive.
From what I've heard in the bottom divisions, back when it was C1 and now that we have C2, it tends to be there are 2 players, you just have one style. It doesn't matter who I'm playing. I'm going to play my game.
Yeah.
Where to go in. The question is, do the other 2 then choose to align themselves with one of the 2 and kind of split the difference, or do they take them on directly on head to head?
Yep.
And it can result in some very awkward plays that people haven't seen before. The C2 is just very hectic as a result. But at the same time, we are still fundamentally talking about the bottom division. If you have that by-the-book play, it tends to work really well.
Yep. And you still might see some people, especially might be the early season, might also just be the fact that there's no going down. As the season goes on, see people just really start swinging for the fences, because since there's no demotion from this league, they may it's eventually there's not a consequence if they don't hit their mark.
Yeah, I'm being told Chris is from the Baltimore club as well, so I'll be interested there. Is there any matchups between Chris and Tom? Because they are, I need to put that on my calendar. I'll worry about that later. But just some
Mm-hmm.
everything in the Bond division always just feels a little weird. And of course, there is the nervousness, especially if you haven't been in Armor before. Of, hey, I need to figure out what this is like. A lot of people just don't often sit down and play 4 games back to back.
Yeah.
Especially if you're primarily a live player. The idea of, hey, we're gonna get 4 games in. Some clubs do that, and some clubs maybe get like 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah, there it is. Thank you.
I
Session
know at
2,
my
Table 2 is the one I'm going to want to watch.
I know at my club meetings we only get like 1 South game in. We only have like 2.5, maybe like almost 3 hours, and it definitely takes us a bit.
I mean,
Now, one of the
especially when you're
questions
starting.
that people coming into the league have is, why do you use Tedho? And the answer is because you just go in and play your games and get out.
Yep.
That there's no fancy graphics or displays. No, that's the point. We want the games done so people can actually get on with their lives.
Yeah, we want to do other stuff. Exactly.
Is even despite that, some of these games there is no explicit time limit. I've seen some of them drag near to an hour, and you have to prepare for that possibility.
It's true.
Yeah, so we have some records out there. There have been 2 games over 80 minutes, one that was 93-25. But at the same time, I've also been in a silver game room where and I'm not exaggerating here, 137 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds like silver.
It was West 4, and I wanted to never play again.
Gross.
An hour of that was just the animations.
Yeah.
It certainly felt that way. Regardless.
So normally we would now take a look at C1. I'm being informed. I'm getting taps on the cupboard from where I'm running the broadcast. May or may not have forgotten to show all the fancy hands that we may not have been able to catch on stream, and some that we did. So I know I said fall is here. We're going to circle back. We're going to take a look at some of our big hands from last season, too, because we don't want to forget those.
Oh, yeah. So obligatory elevator music as we transition back over, but this is from the last season. We do try to do a quick summary of all the Sanbaimon Plus hand, and you can see here one of the ones that was on stream by Paul.
Yep, standard Suiso.
Again, kind of crazy to be like, is this happening? Is this really happening? It does happen.
It goes. I mean, what more is there to say about this one, right? As we go to our second one, it should be noted we're going to jump around in leagues. These are going to go in different ways. We have Claire with the Manzu Chinitsu special and the Dora.
I remember watching this one. I don't think I was in it, but I saw it happening. It's like, she's not getting there, is she? Oh my god, she got there.
No Ricci. No Ricci, no overflow. At least it was a sumo, so someone didn't just get
it was a
absolutely
sumo, but at the same time, that means it was a Kazuya Yakuman that wasn't.
Not necessarily. You would have had to hit E-pots to do that.
Look at the pond.
Oh my gosh. Just
draw the tile. Easy game.
Oh, yeah, easy. Yeah, easy. Good point, good point.
Plays itself.
And speaking of Claire's Manzu Chinitsu Sanbaimon nonsense. Oh, never mind. That's later. Okay. So, spoiler for later. That might be coming back. We have Tony in B3 with the Suanko.
Yeah, just waiting on the West for the discarded West by the dealer. Turn to Ricci.
My... Look at that high pie. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just 2 pairs to Suanko. Just draw tiles. It's an easy game.
Just hit them all. Like, it doesn't matter if, like, basically none of your starting, pieces are in your high pie.
And
there was a turn to Ricci?
Insult to injury. Yes, by dealer. Dealer turn to Ricci.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so I will also note the name is Food. Well, Tony was eating good.
Yeah.
Halfway backed into this.
If it hits, it hits. If it works, it works. Oh, and if, normal Suanko wasn't enough, Daniel Tong hitting the Suanko Tonki. Much more reasonable high five for it. Yeah, casual Dora wit.
Dora was not what the Ricci was waiting for, as I recall. But that was a slightly more expensive hand.
Yeah.
Daniel, clearly a Yakuman collector. Look at the stars over the name. The stars indicate, each star indicates a Yakuman previously gathered, and a triangle is a Sanbaimon. So Daniel's definitely collecting
Okay.
like Pokemon badges.
Okay, I see. You'd be seeing like 4 triangles on my name max. No stars, nothing to eat, just pain. What we got for this next one? We got another Suiso, apparently, in high regard. Oh, in V2. Emily getting the green drops. Said, what are the odds? And it turns out 100%. Emily, another just, oh my god, so many Yakuman.
I believe I was casting this game, and Nathaniel and I had bets on this actually being Daisangan on Big Dragons, but just casually pivot to a different Yakuman. No easy game.
Yeah, it is Shosangan. That counts for nothing here.
That's okay. You don't need to hit a double Yakuman. That's too greedy. You want to
Little
split them up
Dragons,
between 2
big honor.
games. The
At the
Uma's
same
better
time,
that way.
14,900 and deal into this, and you go, wait, what?
You go, huh?
That's a feels bad.
Yeah. And then Barb hitting the Kokushi with just a nasty high pie.
That is
Love to
that is
see it.
disgusting.
Just the
Gets a
start.
little greedy here, but I think you just have to go for it, especially if you cut like Tumon to begin with. You don't want to go Chanta with this.
Yeah. I mean, it's just no value. Otherwise, it's late game. You're behind. You got to
Yeah.
make money moves. And paid off. Pretty much a guarantee at second, heading into all last dealer after this.
Yeah,
Able to
especially
pass
that
Toyman.
direct hit, basically
Yeah.
flipping their spots. But of course, the deal in for the Yakuma dropped to 4th. Oof.
Ugh.
Oy.
Next, Edward,
They
tournament
never have
winner.
it. They never have it. It's fine. It's
They're in
fine.
Ricci. They don't even have agency. They're like, hey, you know what? Got to go down swinging. They draw the north.
I
They
give
go,
zero
"Whoop."
respect. I mean, yeah, there was a Dora that came out, but I have a good hand, and what's the worst that can happen? Well, here's your answer.
Yep. Statistical outlier found. Oops.
Chanta hand for the ages.
Oh man.
Oh, oops.
Just a Dora.
You know, a little bit of crime.
For this one, yeah.
A little bit of crime scum. You know, sometimes you get an A1 and you get to the Mickey Mouse Club and you decide that if everyone else is having a hot diggity dog time, you might as well. Why? Well, I ran it down Toy because I'm not scared. And I had Dora too. No, never mind. I remember this hand. It was actually a comedy of errors where I switched around 3 times. I was like defending and then pushed Tempai. I actually had just switched off the Tumon because I was like, well, if it's Dora,
I did watch
con
this
post
when it
Ricci.
happened. I actually thought you played it really well. It was obviously greedy, but this is the hand that almost got Matthew devoted.
Yeah, to be fair, as Korak said, yeah, the whole hand does not tell the full story. There was a lot of wiggling around with this hand and a lot of kind of winding in and out. And that's why I got the Sanbaimon. As it said, win rate, be damned. Toy hits.
Well, this was the death. I'd also like to say that Nathaniel kind of had the same problem in one of his games. Where I think we're gonna come up to that one in a bit. So we'll hold on that.
Ooh, Alex opening up in C2 with a Yakuman against 2 Ricci's. At least it's a sumo, no direct hit. But imagine.
This was in the clip earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't want to pay 16,000. Why don't we pay 17,000 instead? That's a lot more fun, apparently.
Yeah, here, let me give you a tip. Good hand. Hey, this one's for you, buddy.
Congrats. I mean, you get there, you go row 3, you're still pushing. It's a good enough hand to go for it. So well played by Alex.
Another Sui. Oh my god, that is nasty. That makes me feel ill. That makes me feel so gross. There's a fold happening twice out south. It was hell. Wait, that is Hane Madre. You should be ashamed. Oh my goodness.
After dropping Chun and a thrice dropped Chun, what an exchange!
All
Well, the
last
thought
hell
here
went
is, you know what?
south.
I'll just throw the south. It'll deal to that stupid donkey across the way, and it'll deal in for 3,900. I can go. I lose some points, but it's fine.
Nope.
Actually,
So the funny part of this
Crazy.
is even with this Yakuma deal in and drops to minus 1,000, is still third.
What is going on? What happens? What was happening in A2? What is this board state? How did Madres getting this, 80K game from this? What is going on here?
Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah, it's going to be 84-4 there. Big win.
Mhm.
Another Suanko, add a con to it, and V3, Mark. Hitting big. I don't think this was Rinchan.
I don't think it was either, but regardless, this is the classic,
hands.
I have a 4-5. That guarantees someone else had a 4-5.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, when are my 3-6 are coming out? And then you see the logs. Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah.
This is also in South 4, by the way, so...
Gyakuten of nightmares right there. Yeah, let's hit dealer for an extra 8K for fun. Why not?
yeah, I think they call this playing to your conditions. I think this meets the minimum for to get first.
Yeah, that'll clear over it.
Minimum. That's the word we're looking for. Yeah, minimum.
Another
Okay,
show.
so this has-
Okay, yeah, let's hear the story.
Okay, so I got hit pretty hard, like, with the most ridiculous Junchan Ipeko closed bullcrap, and then I get a deal into another manga, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna have to do something, and I just see that hand, and I'm like, oh yeah, just go for the wins. So I call the first discard immediately from Shimo, which is Caden. Okay, I was playing against Caden. Caden was on my right, and then I call the first thing that Toyman throw, and then it finally comes around to Kami, and that's their first 3 discards. I'm like, this is not happening. This is not happening. This is just hope for me. And then I drew another south. I drew another south, and literally 1 to 2 turns later, drew the other west, and then 2 turns later, the west comes out from Caden. And I'm just like, oh my god, yay!
Unreal.
And Caden went from reasonably doing well in the division to ended up negative in the division. And this is going to be why. When you go from a 70K strong first to a third place
At
at
22K, not
20K,
even
that's gonna be a
terrible third.
difference.
Yeah.
Joseph was actually the Kami-cha in this thing, and it just said in the chat, I jettisoned Southwest South in an attempt to kill it, and it didn't work, and I survived.
Yeah, this is a hell weight because of those.
Yep. And Caden said, what are the odds? And again, of course, always 100%. And okay. Honestly, I think
Just
the craziest
Kokushi Ishan 10 from turn 2.
I think the craziest part about this is it actually took this long to win. I think it's the most surprising thing.
This
That
must
is-
have
This is not the most disgusting high pie we've ever had.
No.
The most disgusting high pie we've ever had was a turn 2 dealer Kokushi in game 24.
Yes. Yeah. Who was
Nothing
who hit
will top that. For a promotion to A1. I remember that hand. That
Yeah.
was ooh.
Who hit that? I think it was
That
one
was
of the Nomi
Viet.
players.
It was Viet on Christine.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. Yeah, turn 2 with an eavesdrop that I think had already just come out too. Like something
it'd have been one
super
cut at that
nasty. Just insane.
Yeah, I have to say the amount of like Sumogiri that had to be done here. If I was sitting at Andrews, this had to be agonizing because you're like, oh, I was basically gifted this, and where is it? Where are my last tiles?
Hey, plays patient, gets rewarded. Dealer Kokushi. Can't hate that. Oh, there's the Daisongen, the statistical check you're supposed to make. I think what is it, an 8% chance or something? If they call two, they're supposed
Yeah,
to
it's
have the
about
third.
9% at this point, and it's hey, I have Mongon good
Oh,
weight,
and they're
as
in
I recall.
Ricci.
You're supposed
Yeah.
to Ricci this, but it is dealer, so there's at least a little bit more question.
Don't try the Haku.
Regardless, I
Don't try
think
the
it was a
Haku.
reasonable Ricci from
Rope?
what I remember, and just well, I died.
Yeah. Ooh, that one's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I played it against Brendan recently. I think we played in Vegas for Amos Fest, and he just went on a tear against Sonoda Pro, like literally won every single hand, and then in Seattle was just couldn't get anything. But it's just Brendan's a tough opponent. And
I mean, if you're
kudos
hitting
for-
dealer Daisongen, it's always gonna be tough. And we have okay.
Rowan, I believe, is a sub, and said,
Yeah.
there are too many points at this table. I want them.
Rowan
So not
proving that
only a
Subflow
Kokushi
goes
Muso,
more.
a Hote Kokushi Muso.
Into the, chucking a Kokushi into the void. All those points.
Thinking, what's the worst that can happen? 1P, the 4P came out, 2s are pretty out, 3s are pretty out. Ah, it should be fine.
It's Suji.
Yeah, it is.
Just gross. Subflow.
That's not ours.
Always
Oh yeah,
hits.
this is the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
So this was actually
Brian.
Nathaniel. This is the hand that got him demoted.
Okay.
So he had Tempai, and he had a chance to switch to, I think it was like an 8-mon or something. It was a reasonably safe tile, but he wanted to win the hand because he had a bunch of Dora hidden in it. But with 5 draws left, he got greedy and checked Dora into dealer. And when the rogue came up, I guarantee you there was an uh-oh. At Ricci, Chitoitsu, Dora 4, and then Ura 4. And that was the end of Nathaniel's season. This ended up winning Brian the championship, because this game ended up being like plus 115. It was ridiculous.
What's worse is that this game kept going. This was a chaotic one. Brian kept raking in points after this.
Yeah, I mean that's
Brian after about session 3 or 4 was roughly even, and then just started going on tears.
Oh my goodness gracious me!
Brian figured out the pro special just always hit. And then Daniel, a DC native player, shout outs to Daniel. Oh my goodness. Hidden Daisongen with the Ryanman, waiting on the 3-5, Ricci from Kamicha. Oh, you do not like to see that. If I am Kamicha, oh my goodness. 6s have pretty much just come out too. Oh, what a bad beat.
Once again, we call this playing to your conditions.
We do teach that in the DC club. Daniel's showing up. Oh my god, bro. It's 2 in a season.
Again
Come
said,
on.
Yeah, I want more points.
And
I've
South
only had
4
one
turns 6?
No,
or a little bit.
There
Turn
have been some
7,
calls.
but
Yeah, it looks like
still.
turn 6.
Oh my god.
Turn 6 for Rowan, turn 7 across. Yeah, that's rough.
For Toyman, that had to be such an innocuous tile. I would have jumped out of my seat.
I would have
Yeah, 'cause
freaked
you figure-
out. No overflow.
The 4-pin does kind of look like maybe it's a Kokushi or some sort of Juncha, but you don't care at this point. You shouldn't. Because they just never have it until they do.
Oh my goodness. Sub, yeah, reminders for the chat. Subflow is undefeatable. Turn around and run if you got a sub in your game.
Yeah, make that. This is extra incentive to make sure that all of your table mates show up.
Oh,
Otherwise, a sub comes to your table and does this.
that's true.
Just sumo.
Mohan, yep, sumoing Ricci's for some power behind it too.
Oh boy.
Hits on the 5. Pretty looking Suanko. Clearly
One of the things that
showing
got
up.
the promotion.
Yep. Look at the points on this table. Everything that happened up to this point had been pretty
It was
modest.
boring. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can see a lot of those.
Mohan said, I gotta
Especially
get
in
first in this division. We gotta make some moves.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, and a Kazuya by Nathan P. God,
I
this
mean,
guy
the
always
Pakuzu does
hits.
not look good, but there's a term for this. This is known as a Matempai.
Oh
That
my
there are
goodness.
times when it is justified to fold when there is a 4th place Ricci and you're throwing a tile in the obvious expensive suit. When a 3-3-4 was just cut, that this might have been avoidable, but got big eyes and ouch.
Look at that starting high pie too. Clearly, Nathan, like again,
Yeah,
in
just
my eyes,
kept
a
trying
very
to use all
strong
hands.
player. Yeah, and clearly was playing to a condition to start. Clearly said, you
We
know
talk
what,
about
I want a
people who've
big
been getting
hand.
multiple Yakumans. Nathan now with 4.
God, that's so crazy. Insanity.
Oh my goodness.
Hits the
gracious
expensive
me.
end with the Itsu.
Oh, Bianca
And
showing
another
how
Suanto,
she's
Pure
getting it
Sumo.
too. Yep. Just
The
get
best
there.
part of this is not even the sumo; it's the double Hatakatanki.
You know, funny enough, it's
Me too, no
illegal to con the 5 or the 3 there in WRC rule set.
WRC rules. I think Tenho allows you.
I don't know if Tenho does.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
I
unsure
know
about
it
that.
used to. I don't know if it's been changed.
Yeah, one of those silly little rules. So if you're ever in a WRC tournament and someone cons in this
Don't hit the button.
situation, yeah, it's actually illegal and you can chombo them. Crazy,
I guarantee
crazy
you, I'm
tech.
calling Jumbo rather than paying that out.
Yeah, right. A little bit of expert niche knowledge that'll never be practical. And sending us off another. This is the season of Suanko and Suiso. There were so
Yes,
many hit
Sumo.
this season. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Again,
Yeah.
innocuous table, nothing going on from the looks of it. And then, turn,
Yeah, just casual
8-ish.
Sonanko Toy Toy. Oh, by the way, and Sumo.
Gave up, Dora Pawn too. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Ray Toyman
them
on your
some-
last dealership. This is how you get to spend it.
Okay, that is
Yeah.
going. Oh. That is going to do it for the big hands. So jumping back in. Woo, it's fall again. Woo. C1 pairings now.
Completely didn't screw that up. Anyway,
Never
back
did.
to C1.
No faults. There's never, ever been a preseason show that's gone perfectly. That's had any faults whatsoever.
I've been here the whole time.
A lot of big names, a lot of reoccurring names, a lot of people I've been seeing in a lot of Armel seasons here.
Yeah, I recognize most of these names because obviously people have been here at least one season. But I feel C1's one of those where if you just haven't really got on a run, this is probably where you're sitting.
Yeah, especially with double promotions, it feels like it's evening out a bit better. A lot of the really higher placed people who come in and are A level material end up skipping over C1 now with the double promotions. Should be mentioned too that double promotions are not guaranteed. So starting this season, especially with the very big number of hiatuses and everything, they're the first thing that will be given extra spots for promotion or missed emotions or what have you not to fill in. But not all people may double promote. Like, for instance, I think Edwin was saying last season with how many double promotions we had. If we have that again this season, not everybody would have gotten, or not everybody will get double promotions, most likely. So that's something to keep your eye out for as you're watching the Fall 25
promotion,
season.
You get the promotion. The double promos are for the first claim to extra spots.
Mhm.
And that's what we saw in so many of those where the graphic hadn't been updated for people getting those extra spots. And you saw in C1 and C2, there were a couple extras. And you got to like B2 and they just stopped.
Yeah.
And it's because some of those double promos were preempting people. But we take a look at this, and I will say the table that just jumped out at me is session 4, table 5. Finnegan, Eric, Will, and Michael. Again, I said
Oh,
I know
yeah,
Will
long-time
for
names.
a decade at this point. Finnegan from the Baltimore club. Eric, a newer player, has been on the rise. I've been trying to keep tabs on him for a while.
Yeah.
And Michael, lots of potential out there as well. this is one of those seasons where C1, the dynamics are all kind of weird because you have people who have been in C1 since before there was a C2, and you also have some people that just climbed up.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I think this will definitely be kind of like last season's C1, where we see a lot of this will be maybe the most fundamental league where you'll see the people with the good EV, the good win rate, the low deal in are going to climb, and the people who struggle with that are the ones who are going to stay in C1 or demote. This will be probably the most
Kind of an
normal
interesting
league.
Pairing Session 1 table 2 right off the bat, Michael, Kaysen, Lin, and Gian. That's another one of those that I feel has that situation where, especially Gian may sit back and wait and kind of feel out the dynamics
Hmm.
and may be able to rule that table. Like
Yeah.
Kaysen's pretty strong as well.
I mean, C1, another one of those leagues, a lot of newer players, got to keep your eyes peeled. But as we climb the ladder, now that we're getting into the nitty gritties as we go into B3, now some bigger names starting to show up, especially some of those double promotions. Max, who got the double promotion, I believe, or at least the promotion out of C1. Who are the other people who double promoted? Josue, who
Josue,
dominated. Yep. Double promotion recipient. Merlin as well, I want to say.
I think Christian got a last second promotion.
Yep. Taro's had a lot of great seasons in here. There are going to be a lot of really, really good B3 matches this season.
Cyrus, who spent a lot of time just in the Would You Do channel, trying to learn a lot and absorb it. Did not have a good season last time, but definitely puts in the effort.
I think Merlin demoted from B2.
Oh, did Merlin fall? But again, B2,
Yeah, I think Merlin demoted.
Not easy to get into. So, gonna be a strong, strong player in B3. Every season it gets, harder, stronger. Pio, great player in here. Caleb.
A fun table, maybe not like the hardest out there, but I think a fun one is that Session 4, Table 4, with Lewis, Sean, Tara, and Christian.
Oh, that'll be a
Those
fun
are some
one.
people, they just seem like they're fun to be around.
Mm-hmm.
That they put in quite a bit of work with their local clubs and should be a much more friendly rather than some of the cut-through competition you may see in others.
Yep. I'm looking at the table 1, session 1 table. Caleb Gonzalez, longtime player, always looking good, always trying to break up, go through or go higher in the leagues. Nathan B from California, trying to take the name from the Nathan B who's higher up. Peter Deborah, very good up and comer. Very, very involved with a lot of the technical making side in the DMV region, the kind of between the DC and Baltimore clubs. And Pio, of course, a super strong player from NYC who just hasn't really been able to get the run to go higher.
The very first thing on this list, just 1-1.
Yep.
Peter, Pio,
exactly.
Caleb, and Nathan.
It's going to be a good table.
That's a fun table. There are high rollers there.
Yep.
That's one where the play can get intense. And as long as you're just not run off, I feel everyone has a good shot there. But, I mean, Pio could easily pop off with a plus 200.
Oh, yeah.
If he's float up. He's definitely one of those players.
Mm-hmm.
Another fun table here is going to be Table 3, Session 2, with Lewis, Ichiko, Josue, and Max. That one, I think, is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun people there, and also just a lot of competition. It'll be interesting to see how everyone's going to handle that matchup.
I feel Ichika, the match for her, I feel is the most fun is that Session 3, Table 6. With Andrew, Nathan, and Cyrus. That feels like it should be a study session, not really a table. That's just everyone jumps on Discord after the game and goes over it.
Analyzes it, puts it through Naga. Let's see, what are we doing here? What should I have done here?
Be able to do a play-by-play on every discard based off what we do. Is we're gonna have to slow the chat on that one.
All right, well let's jump to B2 then. I'm just gonna say right now that Session 1, Table 3. It's very much a get me out of here.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Tony
god.
Z, Caden, Andrew, Takahiro. How is that in B2? What are we doing? What is happening?
There has been some suffering. It's not like it gets that much easier for Takahiro. What's his next session? Max, Sarah, and George.
Oh my god. Session 4, Table 1, Matthias, Mark K, Takahiro, and Hanley. Takahiro's got a hard schedule. This is kind of crazy.
Cursed. We kind of wonder
my
how is he
God.
down in B2, and now we're kind of seeing why.
Yeah, I'm
He's just
connecting the
anti-clone.
dots. Yeah, he's getting some of the hardest lobbies B2's got to offer.
I think the solution is either more or less Malort, and I don't know which.
I'd
More. I would lean
probably
towards
more. I don't think Takahiro's ever explored Malort. He cares about himself too much. Oh my god, he's facing Josh, James, and Madeline, session 3, table 2. Yeah, Takahiro's like low-key playing a B1 or an A2 B2 season. This is insane.
Yeah, have fun with that. Interesting session 6, table 3 with Tony, Brendan, Laura, and Sarah.
Oh, that'll be a good table to watch.
That feels like a fun one to watch or broadcast
Mm-hmm.
because you just have a strong personalities there.
Oh yeah,
I would almost love to have them in the booth with us. That's got to be a.
that would be a fun in-person table too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one final game I want to put note towards is session 4, table 3. We have Tony again, Josh, Max, and William. Just a lot of strong names. Max and Josh, both DC players. Max, a very by-the-book, fundamental, theory-based player. And William H2, just that is going to
I feel
be
the bottom
high
of
table.
section 4, both of those are really good ones.
Mhm.
Gary, Emily, Laura, and Barb.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good table.
And then James, Caden, Sarah, and Donnie.
Oh my. How do we get these tables in B2? What is happening?
There are too many good players, and there just aren't enough spots. Although we'll talk more about that at A1.
I would say
boy.
I'm glad to be away from this, but as we're about to see, I don't know how. I don't think B1 is any less scary.
Yeah, B1 decided to make things interesting.
Oh really? Okay. And oh, it's because it's a snake. Is this right? Did I mess it up again?
No, this is correct. This is absolutely correct.
Yeah. So we kind of ran out of spaces, and again, this is because A1
boy.
screwed everything up.
I mean, you
And-
could post this as A1, and I believe you.
I'd believe you too. So,
Oh
session 1,
my
table 3.
goodness.
Poor
Any
Dennis.
session
What
one.
did Dennis do to deserve this? Okay, don't
Dennis has
answer
done a
that.
lot.
Yeah, we were
Dennis
like, wait a
deserves this.
second.
Dennis has got to hold that. But I can't think of a single name I would say is weak from this entire list. And again, just A1 drops, C2 dominators, like B1 or B3 dominators, long-time successful players. Like it is all in the mix here, playing a tried and true Snake season. This is going to be one of the leagues to watch.
Okay, then I'll let me rephrase that. What did Ann do to get Kate, Joe, and Kenyon in session 5 table?
Oh my. I would die. I think I would actually
That's
think about
so
not
fun.
coming that day and taking the minus 120 because I'd probably end up better than if I sat down at the table.
I'm over in session 4, table 5 with Kate, Dennis, and Jesse. So that one's going to be a fun table.
Yeah. I mean, just hope Kate and Dennis just don't hit anything that day. It's that easy. Just, have it be a bad luck day for them. Simple as.
Yeah, about that. Well, the thing is, Ian is just those matchups are brutal. Go back one session to session 4, table 1. You get Jerry, Steven, who should have been in A1 and kind of got robbed.
WRC player.
And Max.
Yeah, Max, a great up and comer, trained with Seattle, runs the UMD club, super strong. Ian too. Yeah, Ian's got a rough schedule. I mean, how do you not have a rough schedule though with all of these people? You look at session 3, table 2. You have Kate Yishang, who another super strong player. I believe placed in the Rochester this year, and then of course Noel and Max again. Like every table here is just insane, just so
I
good.
mean, we start in the top left, and you go, okay, table 1-1, that's rough. Table 1-2, that's rough.
Yeah,
Table 3, that's really rough.
that's actually an A1 table. All of those people
Yeah.
besides Dennis have been A1, and Dennis got to WRC, so
Well,
he
Noel hasn't been
deserved it.
A1, but Noel has been A1.
Noel's
quality
WRC too,
and got
yeah.
the
Don't look go
second
up
in the
there.
Invitational.
Hey, Ty, good luck, brother. You might need it in a bit more. Oh my
Now, we
goodness.
haven't even talked about some of Mohan's games. Another
Oh,
strong up-and-comer.
Yeah, I mean, again,
Yeah.
that double promotion, strong season. I'm looking at session 2, table 5, Mohan, Steven, Noel, and Jesse. Jesse, another super strong up and comer, has been putting in the work and the grind, and it's paying off.
What's really fun is that actually the most active chat I'm in terms of my sessions is actually table 2 session 5, the very last one we have, because all of us have actually played each other at some point on the way up to this league. And I just have we're already kind of patting each other on the back and being like, hey, we all made it up here, like, congrats, I remember playing you, this, that, and the other. I feel like by the time we get to actually playing that session, it'll be like a bunch of people swapping war stories.
Oh, don't worry. It's like that in
Yeah.
every A-League game.
Yeah, that's how it
If you've
goes.
gotten to that in D1, that just shows how Armel's grown.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Like, this is a group of experienced players, but this is all of our first, like, I think that everyone this is our first time up in this part of the league. So, like, I feel like that's going to be the reunion of all the fresh faces coming back and comparing the scars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Well, let's hope day 2.
As we climb, let's see.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, so we sent you some gifts here.
Yeah, speaking of
enjoy.
A1 quality seasons, again, I feel like we just have 3 A1s this season. There's A1 for realsies, A1, this is actually A1, and then B1 is like A1 light, because there's some people who haven't quite gotten there yet. But, like, look at this A2 list. This is insane.
I have to shout out right off the bat, table 4 session 5. It's Aaron, Jen, Garth, and Nathaniel.
That is such a Mickey Mouse matchup table. That is crazy.
Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, so this was, remember, Lucas, Nathaniel, and Max got booted out of A1.
Oh my goodness.
Long-term A1 players.
Yep.
And that's not even mentioning Jen and Gar. I think Jen played some games and is already in demotion range just because she had to deal with this.
Mm-hmm. Again, there's every table is so strong. Everything, like,
Yeah,
everything is
minus
so hard.
105.8 after 3 games.
Oh
And-
my god. Oh, it's because Jay
so
and Max
it's
are
gonna be
due.
that type of season.
Yeah, Jay and Max were due, and they're cashing in.
Have fun? Question mark. Oh, the most cursed table of all time is session 2, table 2.
Max, Garth, Garrick, Ira. That is going to be a Mickey Mouse table if I've ever seen one. I don't think you can call anything on that table fundamental. That is going to be a zany table of
Max
Mahjong.
will be fairly fundamental. Garth will be
Against the
somewhat
rest of that, how
fundamental,
can you be
but
fundamental with
I
Garrick
think
and
Max
Irie?
just has to play a little screwier than normal, just looking at the rest of the table.
No,
Yeah.
that gets more screwy as the names drop. Like Max, most solid. Garth is,
Fairly
solid, but a little
standard.
crazy.
Yeah.
Garrick is, I'm just gonna go for it, and Irie is just like, I will summon all the luck.
Irie doing Irie things. Yep.
No.
Well, speaking of flow tables, I'm going to wish Nathaniel the best in his session 3 table with Jonathan, longtime A1 player, and Rachel and Irie have fun.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
And the pray nobody else at your table hits night.
In terms of people who look up and go, what did I get myself into? Ari in session 4, table 4, just gets to deal with Jay, Will, and Nathaniel.
Oh my goodness. Oh, what happened to A2? What happened here?
We booted out some really strong players from A1.
Yeah.
This is kind of
You want to know the craziest thing about this A2 season? We are going to see 5 of these players get out of it. That's the craziest part. 5 of this list of 20 are going to get out. Maybe
That's
6.
not true. That's not true. It's worse.
Oh my god, you're right. Because A2 is down and there's hiatuses. What is it at? What is the
They only
prediction?
get 4 auto promos.
Oh my god. So 4 guaranteed. Which, my goodness. Only
fun.
letting 4 up. This is a meat grinder A2 season. This is whoever gets in the
And
A1
the reason
from
they only
this.
get 4 is because of what's happening in A1.
Okay. Let's
And you'll
show
find
it
out very
off.
quickly what's going on.
You'll notice this one's
everybody
not
go?
like the other.
That we
4
are demoting 4
tables.
A1 because it's a 16-person division this time, because there were an ungodly number of hiatuses, which caused a whole bunch of screw-ups that caused chain reactions down the line. And the result is we have the classic 16-person A1. Of course, the first 2 sessions of A1, first 2 seasons of A1 were 16 players. This was by design. This is how the league was meant to be, that you have 15 head-to-head matches with the other players in the division, then they snake ladder. And it's you plus 15 others, so that makes 5 sessions that everything fits in perfectly. The problem and the reason this was ultimately abandoned was if you're stuck with like 16 or 17 or 18, if 17 or 18, then you can't really do a 5-player table to balance it out. You have to kick it to 20. So
Yeah.
we've been trying to keep it in that 20 structure ever since. There have been a couple, I think there was one 24 season, but
Yeah.
now we're back to the classic 16 and 4 down.
And I mean,
So I saw my first session and I wanted to cry.
oh, the BW session. Yeah. Aren't you glad to have a part in that?
Yeah, so I have Brian and Barry, and then I also have to schedule with Bishan, and Barry isn't responding, so we've already called the personnel assistant, who's effectively Claire and Caden, who try to connect with people and think, why aren't you showing up or aren't you responding? Because scheduling anything with those 3 is going to be a pain in the butt.
Yeah. You got all season.
And it's
That's
not
why
going to
it's
be that much
first.
fun to play either.
Yeah. Welcome to the game. Don't worry. Maybe they put a sub in there who goes plus 200.
I mean, I would not be shocked if they put like Sylvie in there.
God, yeah.
You two are gonna have fun round 5 table.
What a
4.
Mickey Mouse table that's going to be.
What
Me,
did I
Cora,
okay, this
Dustin,
is one where I
and
actually, okay,
Christine.
what did I do this time to deserve it? Because again,
Yeah, how do
I
we
got
fight it
Justin
off
and
against each
Harrison in
other?
session 5.
What is
Again.
going on there?
This time at
That's
least
on purpose.
Christine's in there as well as opposed to
Christine
Kevin. That
scares
was the
me.
most
I
cursed.
like Kevin. I always can tell what Kevin's doing. I know how Kevin plays. I don't know how Christine plays. Christine's a Nomi player. She flows up. Christine
Well,
scares
she
me.
also deals into turn 2 dealer Gogoshi, but we talked
I
about
don't
that
hit
earlier.
those. That doesn't matter to me. That does nothing for me. I'm not eating from that.
I don't know. I think your session 4 table is the interesting one. Matthew, Harrison,
Oh.
Brian, and Kevin.
I'm not kidding. That may be the table I feel the most confident on. Because they're
I don't know. I feel
all
like a
it's a
scary
strong table, but they're all snake
very by the book.
players. They're all by the book. So I always know basically at all points what they're doing. So as long as I know that they're doing everything for a reason and I can guess fairly reasonably, I'll be fine. May not do great that session, but I'm not that scared of it. What I am scared of is the Alfred Beesh and Steve table, because I think I'm going to be the only person making calls that aren't Ricci on that table. And that terrifies me.
It's okay. Steve doesn't call Ricci. You're fine.
Oh, okay. Well, still with Bishan. Well, Bishan will actually just Dama, so it'll be fine.
Well, no, I mean, that's what Steve.
Yeah, that's true.
So
actually.
as much as I'm known for Ricci, Steve was known for Dama.
So yeah, I'll figure out what to do on that table. I'll just, pray that I'm always the fastest hands and it just works out. That's basically my strategy for that. I have no good strategy for my session 2.
Oliver down in the chat. I want to ask him, how does he feel about his table 2, session 2, hanging out with Claire, Brian, and Dustin?
That's gonna be a Mickey Mouse table. That is
a
gonna be a
nice
zany
introduction to
table.
A1.
Yeah, good luck with that, Oliver. That is gonna be a fun one.
Not good. Not good, he says.
Yeah, what's it? Do you think your first table is your scariest, Korag?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else is close. Maybe just the last one, just because you'll talk so much shit.
Oh, absolutely. I see
I mean, it's
anything
deserved.
zany,
I
I'm
do the
talking
exact
it.
same thing, but in terms of like the players and the dynamics, I feel much more comfortable with that one.
With table 5, I just
With session 5 is the session 1. I hate my session 1.
yeah, just they're snake players. They'll just do the thing. Well, actually, not really.
Yeah, but there's
yeah,
also
no, that's
Bishan,
terrible.
so if I'm
Yeah,
defending against the
no,
snake, I'll
that
heal into a
yeah,
Bimon.
no, that table's terrible. That's a hard table. That's a tough one.
I mean, if you come out of there like minus 20 overall, you gotta be like
Minus 20
yeah,
is
that's
a
really
godsend
retarded,
on
somewhere
some
around
of
there.
these. Yeah.
All right, then. Well, we're at the 2 hours, so I think we should go ahead and wrap it up here, unless
Yeah.
there's something else.
I mean, I was looking to see if we had a Ho-Oh match because I know there's a lot of those ladder grinder players in for this season, but
did
I don't
Matthew ever
quite
make?
think.
No, that's right. No.
Matthew got close.
Yeah, he
Matthew's
got
up
close,
there.
but he didn't make it.
Yeah. But it doesn't look like it. A lot of a spread. No snake shack off this season.
I mean, it's basically my
But,
table, and
yeah.
Bishan's the only one who isn't there. And Bishan's definitely Ho-Oh qualified.
Yeah, but you're not a snake player, right? So that's at least like
No, well, that's just it. That the dynamics on the table are so weird because
Yeah.
I'm hyper aggressive, hyper reachy, and call. Bishan is heavy Dama, and Barry and Brian are snake players.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But I mean, like you said, I think we've said what we can say. The only thing to do is see how it's going to play out. I think that's really it at this
Alrighty,
point.
We will. Realize it's Thursday today, but that's because Nathaniel was supposed to run it, and we think he's just really sick. So
Yeah, there's been some
we wish him the
sicknesses going
best.
around. A lot of things
Yeah,
going
I
around.
know.
Make sure to stay safe. Wash your hands.
Get your flu shots.
Yep. That time of the year.
Yeah, it's rough, but we hope some Mahjong will make things better and not cause too much trauma. Although we can't promise that. It's definitely going to cause trauma. It always does.
Drama and trauma. We just deal with it.
All right, so with that, this will be the end of year 4 after this season. So thanks for staying with us all this time. And obligatory, if you're interested, you can sign up. You won't get in this season, but you may get into the next one. Sign-ups will be open up for another couple months for winter 2026. And with that, I think we just wrap it up here.
Thanks everybody for listening. Good luck to all our players. Remember, always con. It always benefits you exclusively.
Good luck to everyone in their games and schedule them.
Yep.
Yes. Oh gosh.